What's going on, guys? How are y'all doing today? In this video, I wanted to talk about how life can be so overcomplicated and we just need to simplify it down like we do in Minecraft. We focus too much on the fact that there are things we cannot control and that there is so much that complicates our lives. And yes, that is very much true, especially nowadays with technology and the amount of things that people have to deal with on a daily basis. I'm not going to get into everything, but you know what I mean. Main thing I want to talk about and say is how we should just... Oh, this is another boss zombie. This is cool. I was just thinking about this the other day. That's cool. But for those of you who haven't been able to find the joy in life and just get overwhelmed by the stresses of like everything raining down on you, don't fret. Just take a breather and just think that while today there is, in some ways, there's a lot to more to keep up with than people realize. At least we're not back in the days where if you walked outside, you would be scared to get killed by a leader of some other tribe, you know, back in like, you know, more barbaric days, or your country was oppressed by some other form of government. And I'm not saying that's not out there today, and I'm sure there is, and if you're watching this and that applies to you in any way, I'm sorry. You'll get through this. But my point is, for the most part, today is a whole lot easier in terms of like surviving like that. So just be grateful in the little things like that, just knowing that I could be struggling for my life, but instead all I'm worrying about is how I'm gonna pay for my Netflix subscription. You know, it's just, there's so much that we should be grateful for and thankful for in this life. And that leads me into my next point, is that the way that you can focus more on the small things of life and really what actually matters is by finding something that you can do that keeps you busy and keeps your mind active, and not just like, you know, like, oh, there's my iron I needed, and not just, you know, playing video games and just rotting your day away. And I know that's what I'm doing right now. But even more so, like, I mean, in a lot of ways, that can be a refresher to people's mind and stuff. So it's not all bad, but you shouldn't focus and constantly be on that. But even worse than video games in general is, and most people know it, is social media. And I find myself, you know, like a lot of people, end up doom scrolling a lot, watching reels. I'm intentionally don't have TikTok or Instagram, but I end up, you know, just naturally doing it on Facebook anyways, and a lot of ways it's similar. But seriously, get off of social media and go do something active, productive, that makes you feel accomplished. Like, go learn a new skill, go on a run, go learn how to play an instrument, speak a new language. Just keeping ourselves busy is what helps us feel like we're getting something done and like actually good in the world, and not just wasting it away on just some screen or some addiction, whether you're addicted to a drug or drinking or anything of that nature. One thing that I would very strongly encourage you on is to, even if you don't have any belief in God whatsoever, and no, don't worry, in this video, I'm not going to get all, like, you know, deep into God and religion. I'll save that for another video. And so, I understand that a lot of people, this is a, like, sensitive topic for them, or they don't care, or they run from it as soon as anybody talks about it. But I'm not talking about it in the sense of trying to force it down your throat. I'm just talking about from my personal experience in this video. But genuinely, if you are feeling lost and don't know what to do in life to read the Bible, even if it's something you've never been interested in or something you've kind of written off as not real. Just give it a chance. Like, at the very least, it is something that is very interesting and fascinates a lot of people who even are not Bible believers. And a lot of times what ends up happening is that they see the truth in it and they realize how right it is. Now, that's up to you to decide, obviously, but it gives you peace of mind. And oh, how did I miss those diamonds? I guess I'm just yapping away. It gives you like a sense of meaning in life. Scripture does. And especially one thing, if you don't read anything else, go read Jesus' teaching. If you don't take anything away from the Bible, aside from Jesus' teaching, Jesus can teach you basically just a lot of important things in life that we wouldn't think of, even if you don't apply it and believe in him. We can appreciate the little things in life and stop stressing about everything by simply just getting off of social media, forgetting about the world, and really live more of a simple life. Even if you can't get away from everything, focus on what really matters, like your conversations with people, your connections, the things you do, the things you accomplish. Like, that can make you so much more fulfilled. But just focus on the things that actually matter in life, and I would encourage you to all get away from things that just make you feel down. Try and like really apply what you think messes with your life. Like for me, most of the time it's just like the negative things, like constant social media. I find myself just focusing on like constant like bills and like things I had to worry about in my adult life, having a family, taking care of my kid and my wife, and it just weighed on me so heavy. And I really I think lost like the meaning of like what I was doing it for. I was just so stuck in that loop of just doing things over and over, working, trying to figure out how I'm gonna pay some bills, stressing about them whenever there wasn't anything I could do about them in that moment in time. And it just overwhelmed me. And to some extent, it's still clouding my mind. So I'm still trying to get better with that, for sure. It's just, I'm like aware of it now. So the first step in realizing that you're stuck in like a constant cycle of life is you just need to realize what is weighing you down and what is making you feel like you like there's so much to do, whenever in reality, if we just think about it, we are so blessed to live in the time we are in with technology and everything we have access to. Even as much as it overcomplicates, we have the ability to do almost anything you want to do. Even if you don't live in America like I do, I know there's a lot more restrictions and it depends on your situation. Oh, I passed up my home. But if you have access to any form of technology, you most of the time can figure something out that you can do to improve your life situation. You just have to look at it with a positive attitude and really focus on the important things and what you can do to improve your life, and what you can do and what you choose to focus on. And for me, that definitely should be, and the best thing for me is focusing on God. And I believe that that's the best thing for everyone, whether you choose to accept that or not. That's up to you, obviously. So just focus on what really matters in life and what you can and can't control. And what you can't control, do not overthink. That is one of the main things, and what's really messed me up recently is just focusing so hard on the things I can't control, like it's my fault. Most of the time, those things are so little if you didn't think about them, and they'll just pass away, especially in the grand scheme of your life and the world, and how insignificant little things like that are. Especially whenever you focus on God and have him in your life, you'll know that nothing else really matters. All you need to do is focus on him, and even if times are hard, he'll provide for you. And by providing for you, it may not be physically in this life, but if you serve him, he will reward you when this life is over, at the very least. And that is not a lease at all. That is the best thing we could possibly ever hope to receive. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you found this video enjoyable. And if you watched the end, thank you. Please like, subscribe. It helps me out a lot and lets me know that you like this kind of video. Just me rambling on and on and on without a sense of direction, kind of. Thank you guys. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Bye.